Welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. Today we're looking at Opendoor Technologies.
Oh, yeah.
They trade on the Nasdaq Q
Okay.
under the ticker symbol OPEN.
Opendoor aims to revolutionize the way we buy and sell homes, like taking that whole process digital.
They're really trying to make a splash,
Yeah.
in a market that could be super unpredictable.
Yeah, for sure.
And lately, their stock has been making waves.
For sure.
It's sitting at 1.51 right now,
Wow.
which is a 10% jump from yesterday.
That's certainly been a volatile day for Opendoor.
Yeah.
It's swinging between a low of 1.43 and a high of almost 1.60,
Wow.
and the volume's way up.
Oh,
Over
man.
53 million shares traded compared to their average of 37 million.
So
So investors are definitely paying attention.
what's driving all this interest?
Right.
Is it just typical market fluctuation, or is there something more?
Well, let's take a look at the technical indicators.
Okay.
We see the stock is currently trading below both its 50-day exponential moving average, EMA, of 1.98, and the 200-day simple moving average, SMA, of 2.17. Those are key trend lines.
Yeah.
And being below them is usually a bearish signal.
So not exactly a green light for those looking to buy in.
Not necessarily. While those moving averages paint a somewhat negative picture,
Right.
the 14-day Relative Strength Index, RSI, tells a different story.
Okay.
It's at 45.53,
Uh-huh.
which puts it in neutral territory, even leaning slightly towards oversold.
For those of us who don't speak fluent stock market, what does oversold actually mean?
It suggests that the stock may have dropped in price more quickly than justified by its fundamentals.
Okay.
Some investors might see this as a sign that the stock is undervalued and poised for a short-term bounce back.
So a possible opportunity for a quick win.
Yeah.
But what about the long-term prospects?
That's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
The moving average convergence divergence, APS-XGD, is sitting at 0.05. This indicator helps us see changes in momentum.
Right.
And a positive value like this suggests slight bullish momentum building, despite the overall downward trend we see in the stock price.
Okay, so we've got these mixed signals from the charts.
Yes.
What about the actual news and events surrounding Opendoor?
Right.
What's happening in the real world that might be impacting investor sentiment?
There have been a few noteworthy developments recently.
Okay.
Citigroup just downgraded their price target for Opendoor
Okay.
from 2.0 to 1.80, while they maintain a neutral stance.
Yeah.
It's a sign that at least one major analyst is tempering expectations for the company's performance.
They're not exactly a vote of confidence.
Right.
Anything else we should be aware of?
There's also been some buzz around CEO Carrie Wheeler
Yeah.
recently selling a significant portion of her shares. This kind of insider selling can sometimes spook investors.
Should this be a red flag for those considering investing in Opendoor?
It's not always that straightforward. Insider selling can happen for various reasons.
Sure.
Some personal and unrelated to the company's performance.
Yeah.
We need to look at it in context with other factors.
All right, so let's zoom out.
Okay.
Consider the bigger picture. What's the overall health of Opendoor looking like?
Well, they just landed a major partnership with a leading real estate platform,
Wow.
which could significantly expand their reach
Okay.
and attract more buyers and sellers.
Partnerships are usually a positive sign.
Yeah.
Especially in a challenging market.
Yeah.
Are they doing anything else to weather the current economic storm?
Yes, they're implementing cost-cutting measures and new strategies to improve operational efficiency.
Okay.
It's a sign that they're being proactive and trying to adapt to the current economic climate.
And how are analysts reacting to these moves? Are they seeing them as positive steps?
There's definitely a sense of intrigue around Opendoor's latest technological innovations. Many analysts believe these could be game changers for the real estate industry.
Interesting.
It's a bet on the future,
Yeah.
even while they grapple with present challenges.
So a balancing act
Yeah.
between ambition and the need to address immediate concerns.
Right.
How does that play out when we look at Opendoor's stock performance over a longer time frame?
Right now, their stock is about 13.5% above its 52-week low of 1.33,
Okay.
which was set back in January.
So a glimmer of hope.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But it's also important to remember that the stock is still down more than 58% compared to this time last year.
So a mixed bag of indicators in recent events.
Yeah.
Let's unpack this a bit further.
Okay.
What does Opendoor's overall financial health tell us
Right.
about their position in the market?
Even with the recent ups and downs,
Yeah.
Opendoor boasts a market cap of around $1.08 billion
Yeah.
with a price-to-sales ratio of just 0.23.
Hmm.
This suggests they might be undervalued compared to their revenue.
So a potential bargain for investors.
That's one interpretation.
Okay.
However, we can't ignore the fact that their earnings per share EPS stands at a negative 0.54, which means they are not currently profitable.
Right.
That's a key metric for any investor focused on returns.
Not exactly music to an investor's ears.
Yeah.
But what about their ability to stay afloat in the long run?
Right.
What do their financials say about that?
Opendoor has a current ratio of 4.5 and a quick ratio of 1.2.
Okay.
These ratios, you see, give us a snapshot of their short-term liquidity.
So for those of us who don't have a finance degree, break that down for us.
Okay.
What does this tell us about their ability to meet their immediate financial obligations?
Essentially, it indicates that they have more than enough liquid assets on hand to cover their short-term debts.
Okay.
They're not in immediate danger of going bankrupt, which is always a good sign for potential investors.
So they're not drowning in debt.
Right.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
But how does all of this translate into an investment decision? We've got mixed technical indicators,
Yeah.
some promising developments like partnerships and innovations,
Right.
but also concerns about profitability and that CEO stock sale. What should an investor considering Opendoor be thinking about?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Opendoor is a company that definitely carries a certain level of risk.
Okay.
Their beta, a measure of volatility compared to the market average, sits at 2.84.
Okay.
This means their stock price can swing dramatically in either direction.
So buckle up for a potentially wild ride.
Exactly.
What factors should investors consider as they try to navigate this volatility?
First, you need to define your investment style and time frame.
Okay.
Are you looking for quick short-term gains?
Right.
Or are you willing to ride out the ups and downs for potential long-term growth? Opendoor's betting big on the future of digital real estate.
Yeah.
If you believe in that vision and have the patience to wait it out, the current price might look attractive.
But if you're after immediate returns, this might not be the right play at this moment.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Second, you need to assess your risk tolerance.
Okay.
Opendoor is a volatile stock in an uncertain market.
Okay.
If you're risk averse,
Yeah.
you might want to look for a more stable investment.
Makes sense.
And what about the company's leadership?
Ah, yes, the human element.
Right.
Investors also need to evaluate the management team's track record and their ability to execute Opendoor's ambitious plans.
Yeah.
Are they making the right moves to navigate the challenges and achieve their long-term goals?
That's a crucial piece of the puzzle.
We've covered a lot of ground here, from the technical nitty-gritty to the big-picture vision of Opendoor.
We have.
It seems like they're at a crossroads, trying to revolutionize an industry while battling some serious headwinds.
Indeed, the next few months will be crucial for Opendoor as they strive to balance their ambitious goals with the need to address their financial challenges.
This has been an insightful look at Opendoor and the factors investors should consider.
It has.
But we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Opendoor?
Yeah. What do you think?
Do you think they have what it takes to disrupt the real estate market?
Right.
Is the current price a buying opportunity, or is the risk too high?
Share your thoughts in the comments below.
And while you're there, be sure to subscribe to Investing Talk Podcast and share this episode with anyone who might be interested in the future of real estate investing.
Absolutely.
We'll be back with part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into Opendoor's prospects and analyze their potential to truly shake up the industry.
For sure.
Stay tuned.
It's fascinating to see how these recent events surrounding Opendoor, reflect the mix of bullish and bearish signals we've discussed.
We've got this push and pull between concerns about their profitability and that CEO stock sale on the one hand,
Right.
and then the excitement around their new partnership and cost-cutting measures on the other.
Precisely. And when we zoom out to look at the bigger picture, we see Opendoor operating within a real estate tech sector that's facing challenges,
Right.
but also ripe for disruption.
Yeah, it's a really dynamic space right now.
It is.
So is Opendoor strategically positioning themselves to capitalize on this moment of change in the market.
I think that's a valid interpretation.
Okay.
They're certainly not shying away from the challenges.
Yeah.
They seem to be taking a proactive approach,
Right.
using the current market dynamics as an opportunity to refine their strategy and push their vision forward.
And that vision centers around making the entire process of buying and selling homes digital right,
Exactly.
streamlining what's often
Yeah.
a very complex and stressful experience.
They want to make it faster, more transparent, and potentially less costly
Right.
for everyone involved.
Yeah,
It's a bold vision
it is.
that could significantly change the real estate landscape.
But will consumers actually embrace this new way of doing things?
Right.
I mean, there's a human element to buying and selling homes. It's hard to replicate online.
That's the big question.
Yeah.
Opendoor's success hinges on their ability to convince a significant portion of buyers and sellers that their digital platform offers a better alternative
Right.
to the traditional way of doing things.
It's a gamble for sure.
It is.
So let's dig a little deeper
Okay.
into Opendoor's business model.
Right.
They're essentially buying homes directly from sellers
Yeah.
and then reselling them.
Right. That's the core of their iBuyer model.
Okay.
They leverage technology to streamline the process, but they are taking on the risk of owning these properties.
And that's where the current market downturn
Yeah.
and their recent financial challenges come into play, right?
Exactly. As the housing market cooled off,
Yep.
Opendoor faces pressure on its margins.
Right.
They need to buy and sell homes efficiently to generate profit, which becomes more difficult when prices are falling.
So how do those cost-cutting measures and new strategies they've announced fit into this picture? Are they making the right moves to adapt to the current climate?
They're essential.
Okay.
Opendoor is trying to create a leaner and more agile operation, which is crucial in a market that can shift quickly.
Right.
They need to be able to react to changing conditions and adjust their strategy accordingly.
It's like they're trying to fine-tune their engine
Yeah.
while the car is still in motion.
That's a great analogy. And remember those technological innovations we mentioned?
Yeah.
They're a big part of this adaptation process.
Okay.
Analysts are excited about the potential of these innovations to give Opendoor a competitive edge.
You mentioned that these innovations could be game changers.
Yes.
Can you give us some specific examples of how Opendoor is leveraging technology
Sure.
to disrupt the traditional real estate model?
They're utilizing data and algorithms to price homes more accurately and efficiently identify potential buyers. They're also developing new tools to digitize the entire transaction process, from virtual home tours to online closings.
So they're aiming to remove friction and hassle at every stage of the home buying and selling journey.
Precisely. And they're hoping this will appeal to a generation of consumers who are accustomed to doing everything online.
But what about those who still value the personal touch of a traditional real estate agent or the experience of physically touring a home before making a decision?
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
To truly succeed, Opendoor needs to find a way to cater to both types of consumers.
Right.
They need to bridge the gap between the digital and the physical, offering options that appeal to a wide range of preferences and needs.
It sounds like they have a lot to figure out.
They do.
But let's circle back to that CEO stock sale.
Okay.
It's still lingering in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Should this be a major concern for potential investors?
It's definitely something to consider. While we don't know the specific reasons behind the sale, it does raise questions about investor confidence.
Yeah.
It's a piece of the puzzle that investors should weigh carefully.
So a bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
That adds to the overall complexity of evaluating Opendoor as an investment.
Exactly. It's a reminder that investing is never just about numbers and data. There are always human factors and uncertainties to consider.
We've painted a picture of Opendoor as a company that's pushing boundaries,
Yes.
but also facing significant challenges. It's a story of ambition, innovation, and risk-taking,
It is.
all set against the backdrop of a dynamic and unpredictable real estate market.
It's a fascinating case study for anyone interested in the intersection of technology, real estate, and investing.
Yeah.
Opendoor is testing the limits of what's possible in this industry, and it'll be interesting to see how their story unfolds.
We'll continue this discussion in part 3.
Yeah.
We'll delve even deeper into Opendoor's prospects and analyze whether they have what it takes to truly disrupt the real estate market.
Right.
Stay with us.
Welcome back to Investing Talk podcast. We're wrapping up our look at Opendoor Technologies and trying to answer that key question for investors.
Is this a revolutionary company
Yeah.
poised to reshape the real estate industry?
Yeah.
Or are they taking on too much risk in a turbulent market?
We've examined their financials, their innovative approach, and, some of the challenges they face.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears now and put on our investor hats.
Okay.
What are the potential upsides of investing in Opendoor?
Right.
What's the bull case?
The most compelling argument for Opendoor is the sheer size of the market they're aiming to disrupt.
Yeah.
The traditional way of buying and selling homes is a multi-trillion-dollar industry.
Right.
And it's ripe for innovation.
I mean, it's a process that's often viewed as cumbersome, stressful, and filled with paperwork.
Absolutely.
You're at the mercy of real estate agents, timelines, and a whole lot of back and forth. Exactly. Opendoor wants to make it as seamless as possible.
Okay.
They're envisioning a future where you can buy or sell a home with just a few clicks, eliminating a lot of the headache and uncertainty.
So convenience and efficiency are major selling points.
Yeah.
What else makes Opendoor stand out?
Their technology is a key differentiator.
Okay.
They're using data and algorithms in ways that haven't been seen before in real estate.
Interesting.
This allows them to price homes accurately, connect buyers and sellers more efficiently,
Right.
and potentially offer lower costs than traditional real estate transactions.
So they're not just streamlining the process.
Right.
They're aiming to make it more transparent and potentially more affordable
Exactly.
for everyone involved.
That's the idea.
Wow.
And if they can continue to innovate and attract top talent,
Yeah.
they have the potential to become a dominant force in this space.
Hmm.
The first mover advantage in a market this large could be incredibly valuable.
But every investment carries risks.
It does.
What are some of the things that could derail Opendoor's plans?
Profitability remains a major concern.
Okay.
They're still operating at a loss,
Right.
and the housing market is notoriously cyclical.
Yeah.
If prices continue to drop or interest rates remain high,
Hmm.
it will put a significant strain on their business model.
And we can't forget about the debt they've accumulated
Right.
to fuel their rapid growth.
That's right. High levels of debt can be manageable during good times,
Sure.
but it can become a major burden if the market takes a downturn.
So there's a degree of vulnerability there,
There is.
especially given the current economic climate.
Absolutely. And then there's the competitive landscape.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The iBuyer model is gaining traction,
Uh-huh.
and other companies are entering the space.
Yeah.
Some of these competitors have deeper pockets
Yeah.
and may be able to withstand market fluctuations more easily.
So Opendoor can't afford to rest on its laurels.
No, they can't.
They need to keep innovating and find ways to stand out from the crowd.
Precisely. They also need to navigate the complex web of regulations that govern the real estate industry.
Yeah.
New rules or changes in existing regulations could have a significant impact on their business.
It sounds like there's a lot of potential for things to go wrong,
There is.
even with their innovative approach.
That's the inherent nature of investing in a company that's trying to disrupt a well-established industry.
Got
It's
it.
a high-risk, high-reward proposition.
So for our listeners who are trying to make sense of all this information and decide whether Opendoor is a good investment,
Right.
what are the key takeaways?
Yeah.
What should they be thinking about?
If you believe in Opendoor's long-term vision and you have a high tolerance for risk,
Yeah.
the current stock price could represent an attractive entry point.
Okay.
But if you're looking for a more stable investment,
Right.
or you're concerned about the potential downsides,
Mm-hmm.
it might be wise to wait and see how things unfold.
It's a decision that comes down to individual investment goals and risk appetite.
Exactly. And as always, it's crucial to conduct thorough research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. We've provided a framework for thinking about Opendoor,
Yeah.
but the ultimate decision rests with each individual investor.
This has been a fascinating look at a company that's attempting to revolutionize the way we buy and sell homes.
It has.
It'll be interesting to see if Opendoor can achieve its ambitious goals and reshape the real estate industry in the years to come.
We'll certainly be keeping an eye on their progress, and we want to hear from you.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Opendoor? Do you think they have what it takes to succeed?
Yeah.
Share your perspectives in the comments section below.
Thanks for joining us for this in-depth look at Opendoor Technologies.
You got it.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Investing Talk Podcast and share it with anyone interested in the world of investing.
Absolutely.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive into a compelling company shaping the future of the markets. Until then, happy investing.